Hello Darts Nutz, I'm going to do a review on the recently released Winmau Crisis darts. These retail for around about £38.99, and this is the 1028 23 gram model. These are also available in 25 gram, and there's two models in the range, and there's also a soft tip version as well. And as you see, it comes in this quite nice, neat packaging with this window underneath this lid. And these are a 90% tungsten dart, and they have a black onyx coating on the barrels. Inside, the darts are fitted on this foam insert, and you've got your barrels fitted onto this rather nice point protector. Quite a nice striking colour, black and green. Green is my favourite colour, so I'm a little bit biased towards that. But you've got your barrels, your medium nylon Winmau shafts, and some Winmau Rhino standard shape flights. So we'll have a close look at the barrels now. The barrels are fitted with a quite short black coated point, and it's pretty much a straight barrel dart. Just looks maybe slightly tapered. It's a bit hard to say. I think maybe just an optical illusion because of the grip, but there's a slight taper on the nose of the barrel, and at the front it's made up of this thin cut ring grip with the painted grooves. I'd say the grip level there is probably about a medium, and then on the rear of the barrel you've got what looks to be quite an aggressive grip, but it's not as aggressive as it looks. It's probably only maybe a high medium, that maybe just verging onto a high level grip. And I think it's because the edges are kind of like smoothed off a little bit, and it's also not at a very sharp angle, so still a very nice grip there though. But as you know, I'm not a rare gripper, so I'm gonna be gripping it around there. Now that grip is ample there for me though, but I quite like the styling of this barrel. It's got a very nice look to it. And then you've got your Winmau nylon stems, and these quite nice Rhino flights, quite strong, and it's pretty well angled there. It's very good angle, 90 degrees. It's quite stiff, but I'll obviously be giving it a try around that rear grip, but could suit any grip really. Front, maybe not so much the middle, but you have got a little bit of grip either side, so but definitely front and rear grips. But it looks to be slightly front weighted, but we'll check that out later. So I'll just see if I can get a close up of the barrel for you. Alright, here's the detailed look. Darts are fitted with a black coated 27mm point. There's a slightly rounded taper which is smooth and 5.3mm wide before it gets into this thin cut ring grip with quite wide grooves in between, which is 17.4mm wide. Then there's a smooth band of about 4.3mm in the middle, and then on the rear section you've got this kind of very wide spaced sharp grip, but it's slightly smoothed off. That's 14.5mm, and then the end of the barrel tapers slightly to the end, which is 6.7mm. The overall length is 48.27mm and the width is 6.72mm. Alright, I'll take some measurements along the barrel then. Barrel length is 48.27 millimeters, and like I said before, I think this front section is going to be the widest, but I'll just measure right at the front first just to see whether it has got a taper. I think it's just an optical illusion. Well, that's 6.67 millimeters, and then yeah, 6.67, so that'll be the widest. I'll just measure on this band in the middle. That could be the widest actually. No, still 6.67. And I'll kind of get across the angle on there because it's a bit awkward measuring them. So I would say 6.7 is probably about right because of the angle that you go on. So that would be the widest then, 6.7. But I think it's just because of the way the angle is. It's kind of hard to get squared up. So it seems to be a little wider there, but it'll be just the angle of the grip. And right at the end of the barrel it's 6.11. Let's compare the weight of the barrels then. That is 22.94 grams. That is 23.15 grams, a little bit of difference there. And that is 23.13 grams, so two are quite close and one is a little bit out. And the weight of the full setup as supplied is 24.97 grams. Let's check the balance point then. It looks like it's going to be a little bit front weighted to me, with nothing attached. So it's just around about there, so definitely front weighted. Obviously there's more cut out on the grip on the rear, and with the supplied setup it's just around about there, so it's kind of on that first razor style grip, which is probably just slightly past the centre. So that's the detailed look at the darts. I do like the look of these, the black and green, it's a nice combination. So let's give them a throw and see how they go. Well, just from the first few throws, I quite like the way they fly. I seem to be okay with my front grip. Only thing I notice is I'm getting a little bit of spiralling. I think it's more to do with the grip and the way I release it. I don't really think it's a problem with the dart. I think it's just me that causes that. But they remind me a little bit of the Winmau Paul Nicholson darts, and I like the Paul Nicholson darts. It's a pretty good dart, and it's quite a similar feel throwing these. It's almost like a similar kind of a barrel where it's got this like a front section and then a thinner, well it's not really thinner but it just kind of looks thinner, but like more cut out on the rear. But that's kind of what it feels like. Other than the kind of a little bit of a spiraling, wasn't really any like fishtailing or anything like that. And they were keeping quite a nice steady flight, apart from that little bit of spiraling, like I said. But it's only the first few throws, so I'll have a few more throws from there. And the grip itself, it's fine for me, and I think for most people that grip will be just right. It's got enough grip in it for most, I should imagine, but obviously I'll try it on the rear after a few more throws from there. Yes! 3 treble 5s. Bloody crap. Typical. Actually, I'm feeling weak with hunger at the moment. Obviously, when I've finished the reviews, I always play for them a lot longer just to get a full conclusion, but I think these will probably be quite good for a front grip. Like I said, when I reviewed the Nicholson darts, I didn't expect them to work as well as they had, and they've been one of my favourite darts, and I have a sneaky feeling that these, when I've had a bit more time playing with them, I think these could be a nice favourite as well. But I'll just try it on that middle section. It's kind of mostly on that smooth band, so I've got a little bit of grip there on the rings. I guess it depends how big your fingers are, but there's also a little bit there, but most of it is on that smooth band in the middle. So I'll just see how it flies from there. Was a little bit all over the place there through the air. A little bit straighter on that one. It's just getting the hang of it, I suppose. Now, I don't really think I would recommend this for a middle gripper. It's not that it's not going to fly good for a middle gripper. Obviously I'm not a middle gripper, so it's not going to be perfect for me, but it was flying a bit better towards the end as I got more used to it, but it just doesn't feel as comfortable gripping it there as it does like on this section, and it's kind of like you're in two minds here, because part of your grip is on that ring grip, then part is on that smooth section, and then part is on that kind of a sharp grip, so it just feels a little bit strange. So I can't really say I would recommend it as a middle gripper's dart, but you never know, some people might like that kind of a grip. So I'm just going to try it on this, it's kind of like a smooth edged sharp grip, but it's quite a wide spaced and angled grip, so there's still a fair amount of grip there, so I'll give that a try, see how it works from there. Actually, that seems to fly really well from there. Like, you know, I'm not a natural rear gripper, but it's also possible I could be getting better at thrown from the rear, but it was flying perfectly straight. I didn't see no spiraling and no spinning, and there was no fishtailing, just a nice smooth flight. It wasn't too flat and it wasn't too uppish, so quite impressed with that for the first throw. It goes back to the normal now. Oh, it's a bit better. I think I was just trying a little bit too much effort in that first one, and the third one followed it. So if you're a natural rear gripper, it's obviously going to work a lot better, but I'm surprised at how well that's working from the rear. One more throw from there. Obviously, the more I practice with it, the better I'll get at it, but like I said, if you're a natural rear gripper, it'd probably be very good. But there's quite a nice balance hold in it there. It's hard to explain. It may be because it's more cut out here, and it feels as if the dart is weighted nice in your grip. And overall, I think I prefer the feel of it from there. I know I'm a natural front gripper, but it just feels like the dart seems to work nice from that rear grip. But I think it's a dart that can probably suit both front and rear grips. Not sure about the middle. It kind of felt strange throwing it from the middle to me. So I'm just going to go back to my front grip now. Oh well, that's the Winmau Crisis 23 gram darts. It's a pretty good dart for a front gripper, but I think it's probably even better for a rear gripper. It worked really well from the rear, and considering I'm not a natural rear gripper obviously, but the flight of the dart seemed to be smoother as well, so definitely recommend giving it a go if you're a natural rear gripper, but well worth a try if you're a front gripper too. But like I said, I don't really think middle grippers, it just felt a bit strange, like I said, so it's hard to say whether it's going to suit you or not. But like I said, these remind me of the Winmau Nicholson darts, so I was kind of expecting that because of the shape of them, so I like those darts a lot, and quite like these as well. Got a nice decent grip at the front and pretty good on the rear as well, so should be okay if you like a decent grip, but something that's not too aggressive. So that's the end of the review. I'm off to get some scran.